Today we're going to take a look at blockchain, not as used in cryptocurrency or even fintech, but its potential to transform the system for international container shipping. Yesterday, IBM announced two big additions to its blockchain platform called TransLens, which tracks and publishes shipping data around the world. Welcome now Bridget van Kralingen. She is Senior Vice President of IBM Global Industries, Clients, Platforms, and Blockchain, and Lee Klaskow, Bloomberg Intelligence Senior Analyst. So welcome to both of you. Good to have you here. So explain to exactly what it is. Did I get it right? Is that basically what you're doing?
Yes, it is. Essentially, we announced yesterday that with the addition of MSC and CMA onto the TransLens blockchain, more than 50% of the volume of the containers of the world's shipping industry will be on our blockchain that we've developed in collaboration with Maersk. And what this means is full transparency and a massive reduction of paper exchange.
So it would give us a sense of the size of that market. We've got here now $4 trillion worth of goods shipped annually, 90% of global trade. But the thing that really struck me, we have 15%, you say actually it may closer to 20%, is for administrative costs.
That's correct. So an average shipment takes about 200 document exchanges between the multiple parties, the freight forwarders, the shippers, the carriers, customs, ports, and the World Economic Forum estimates that's about 20% wastage from inefficiencies in the supply chain. And by the technology of blockchain allows all these multiple parties to immutably store the records and advance the records as the shipments move, which means less wait times. It means carriers and shippers know where the goods are, and it basically means things can be cleared a lot faster, all leading to bigger inclusion in the shipping industry.
So Lee, talk us through some of those issues. Like how much can a shipper actually save with something like this?
Well, that's really going to be the interesting thing as blockchain is rolled out. It really, the shipping companies will save money because at the end of the day, marine shipping, railroads, trucking, from a technology standpoint, they're really archaic. They're well behind the technology curve, and this is one way of bringing them up. But the true question that a lot of people have within blockchain and within the marine shipping industry is who's going to pay for that? Is it going to be the shippers? Is it going to be the carriers? Is it going to be the forwarders? So there's a lot of questions in terms of who's actually going to pay for that. That all being said, per Bridget's comments, it is going to save a lot of money. It's going to reduce a lot of back office work that's currently being done by humans, and which is prone to errors. And the blockchain, is supposed to kind of prevent all those errors as well as save money and reduce fraud.
Bridget, what's the answer to Lee's question? Who's going to pay for it?
The whole ecosystem will benefit so much in terms of the efficiencies, because if you think about it, rather than having to interface 200 document times, it occurs once by putting your data on the blockchain, that this is a situation where the ROI for every single industry participant is very strong. The second thing, which is really important and why we're starting to see the blockchain technology for enterprise really scale in terms of what IBM has been building for our clients across numerous industries, is that there's a level of security in here, there's a level of speed and efficiency, and it's easy to actually set up these networks. And the different thing is that these solve problems that no one company could solve on their own.
Well, let me be very concrete. If I'm a shipper, do I pay some percentage of the value of the goods to IBM, to IBM Maersk for using the blockchain? How does that work?
So the way that the system works is that all the participants pay a very, very small amount to belong to the blockchain.
And is it a percentage of the value of the shipment?
It is a flat rate, depending on, but does change according to volume. And so, but it is a very de minimis amount. And the real way that the blockchain works is by many, many participants belonging to the network, and by the fact that those participants have a reduced cost. So another example of this is we have a blockchain in the consumer and retail industry called Food Trust, which tracks provenance and sustainability of food, again, built in conjunction with the industry, and it allows food to be tracked and recalled in 2 seconds versus 6 days, and that has got such a strong economic and consumer value. And then finally, I'll just say, the other big payback is that for many of our clients, they're looking at the idea to have trackable, sustainable consumer presentation. So you can put diamonds on a blockchain and say they aren't conflict diamonds. Very powerful for consumer provenance and sustainability.
But as Bridget was saying, a large part of that, though, is you have to you pay to play on the same platform, so that you have to get all these users in. What's the feeling of shippers? Like, do they want to all go in together on one blockchain platform? Like, is it slow moving for them to do this?
On the shipper side, I think it's going to be slower moving. I think in 2017, 2018, there was a lot of hype around blockchain. I think with the announcement that we heard with with CMA and MSC joining Maersk's network, that really does provide a lot of consolidation within and concentration in order to work. But the reality is that, like a lot of shippers, some are small, some are large. This might be an expensive thing to use blockchain for them. And then there's a question of who owns the data. Because, I mean, they have to get onto the software. They have to have their systems talk to the IBM Maersk blockchain system. So there is a cost involved for shippers.